Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is August the 12th, 2019. Strong hand. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Offended by selling. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Be a unique beast, unconfiscatable, holder of last resort, world reserve cryptocurrency. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. Check out the archives, disruptmeister.com. Tone Bays was on the Friday this week in Bitcoin Show. Saturday Beyond Bitcoin Show was awesome. Yesterday's show was awesome. It is all linked to below. Hello, my elite friends. I am feeling energized today. Last night's show was really late, got some good sleep, ended my 46-hour fast a few hours ago, and baby, I am good to go. And so those in the chat, you want to do the super chat, send the super chat question. I will answer it next show because it saves all my super chat questions there. All right, let's start off with a tweet by another guy who's been on the This Week in Bitcoin show before, Phil Geiger, down in Austin, Texas. I'm a truly terrible investor. I've never studied finance, read literature about trading, technical analysis, or worked with a financial advisor. I just buy and hold Bitcoin while working my day job. I'm only up 55x on my investment. Is that bad? Can an expert from Wall Street help? Pound that like button, dude. That's the attitude. You took control. You don't need a third party telling you what to do. You don't need to fit in to the Wall Street people, to the traditional finance people, to the TA people. No, you're doing it. You're going your own way with your Bitcoin. You're an awesome investor. But but people, you do nothing. You buy and hold. You save. That's nothing compared to what these fancy people are saying. You know it's not about the fancy sets and graphics. It's about long-term thinking, having that strong hand, and never letting go of that Bitcoin. That's a strategy. That's a real strategy there, not this nonsense altcoin flipping. Do not FOMO on altcoins. Pound that like button, though. Okay, Russell Okung of what he plays for the Los Angeles Chargers. Ouch. Well, this dude's in motion. He's putting his money where his mouth is, or he's organizing something at least. He's got a tweet out there and a site, bitcoinis.com. And I link to it below, and I'll read what it says. I hope you'll join me in LA, I believe this is in September, for an educational event designed for Bitcoin rookies. I'm excited to share Bitcoin is with you because I believe the way that you finish that phrase, Bitcoin is, and the way you understand Bitcoin is a very consequential question for every person alive in 2019. Bitcoin is many different things to a wide range of people. For me, Bitcoin is freedom above all else. Well, great, Russell. I am great, Bitcoin. I'm happy to hear that Bitcoin is freedom to you and that you're spreading that word of freedom to rookies in the LA area. You are a famous person. So there are a lot of 80%er types who are just going to be like, oh, I want to make some money. Russell's cool. I want to hang. But they're going to change. They're going to learn about saving. They're going to learn about long-term thinking. You got some guests lined up, got some speakers. You're going to tell them about freedom and about being independent and controlling their own financial destiny, not relying on other people. So this is news. This is great news. Maybe you heard it somewhere else. I don't know. That's the kind of news you get here on the Bitcoin Meister channel. That's hardcore grassroots stuff. And may you bring in many people from the LA area, many people who most people would think would never be in the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin does not discriminate. Anyone can get in. So it's great that a guy like Russell is bringing it, trying to bring it to the masses. So pound that like button, Russell Okung, for reaching out to the Bitcoin rookies. Because hey, everyone's a rookie at some point in whatever field they get into, be it the NFL or Bitcoin. Oh yeah, feeling elite. How are my elite people doing out there? Yeah, you could say Russell's an elite football player, okay? You're an elite Bitcoin holder because you're watching the One Bitcoin show. You know to get that one Bitcoin, then two, then three, then 10, so on and so on. Long-term thinking. And again, you understand what it means to value your wealth in Bitcoin. People are like, oh, Adam, when are you going to sell your Bitcoin? Why would I sell my Bitcoin? I mean, that's the thing. It is money. That's my wealth. In the future, you'll be able to use your Bitcoin to buy. Right now, you can buy things with Bitcoin. I mean, right now, I'm sure if I went to some developing country and there was a guy who understood what Bitcoin was there, he would trade me a lot for a Bitcoin. Put me up. Who knows? Give me a resort. I don't know. But yeah, I truly value my wealth in Bitcoin. I don't think about cashing it out into dollars. What the heck? This is my money. This is the ultimate money. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. What did he? What's the name of it? The Security Truth Machine. Yeah. All right. So again, sportsmeister.com. You can get all my podcasts. And yeah, there's some shows that are only in audio podcast form. I actually linked to one specific one below. Click on it, check it out. The podcasts have been growing quite a bit. And I think it appeals more to the 20%ers because there's no fancy accessory graphics. They want the content. So I'm proud of that. I'm glad that people just want to hear. They don't need to see this t-shirts, although you can get t-shirts linked to below. And of course, these dudes in Edmonton, Alberta, Bitcoin Solutions. What are they? BitcoinSolutions.ca or BTC. They're my boys up there in Edmonton. I was in Edmonton now. I was in Edmonton about a little over a year ago. I love Alberta, best province in Canada. Well, yeah, it's in many ways it is. I mean, there's some good provinces up there. Okay, I don't want to pick favorites. I love you all you Canadians. Now, whoa, what do we have here? CoinDesk, a CoinDesk article. Adam's talking about a CoinDesk article. Well, the reason I'm bringing up this freaking CoinDesk article is because this Casey dude. I mean, I don't know if this was his fault, but on the front page of CoinDesk, they have clickbait. Currency war with China. Trump's currency war is Bitcoin's do or die moment. That's what it said on the front. Now, our title is Trump's currency war with China could be Bitcoin's do or die moment. Well, first of all, Trump's currency war is Bitcoin's do or die, totally clickbait, because that's not true. But Trump's currency war with China could be Bitcoin's do or die moment? No, there's no do or die moment for Bitcoin. It's just another moment. There are going to be plenty of moments where countries do foolish things in terms of finance. I mean, that's what bureaucracy is all about. Government bureaucrats are always making mistakes. That's why we want our own private money. That's why we don't want to be involved in a financial system that's controlled by governments. That's why we opt into the Bitcoin overlay, okay? You opt into it. So there are going to be plenty of countries doing plenty of silly things that should wake some people up. They're not do or die moments for Bitcoin. For individuals, they should be wake-up calls. It's not about, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin doesn't care. It's about individuals caring about their financial future when something like this happens. But in terms of the currency war with China, the unpegging the yuan and the trade war, the tariffs, et cetera, this is a situation that involves higher level finance. I mean, guys who are investing in commodities and into large corporations that do trades between China and the United States. And if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. It's not the end of the world. They can diversify into so many different asset classes. Okay, when we're talking about countries making financial decisions that impact individuals, how about Argentina? What's going on in Argentina right now? I believe it's a socialist dude just won some primary election, and now it appears that he might win the big election and become the next leader of Argentina. And the threat of more financial instability, perhaps printing of the peso more, who knows? That affects a lot of individuals in Argentina. That could wipe out their wealth. And so they need to get into Bitcoin if they want to preserve their wealth. Okay, when we're talking about Trump's currency war, China's currency war, some of these high-level traders that are diversified in so many different assets, they don't need. They will financially survive. this situation. So, painting it as such a big, it is a big, worldwide, China and the United States are two the biggest economies on the planet. So yeah, it's a big story, but when you boil it down to individuals, something like what's going on in Argentina is much bigger to individuals there than this situation is, that CoinDesk is front paging. But let's go to the situation in Argentina right now. Just today, because of the peso lost a lot on the dollar and on Bitcoin, and if you look, what's been going on in Argentina the last week, Bitcoin is at an all-time high in Argentina in terms of peso. It is. It's higher basically than it was in the old days, when the 2017 all-time high that we're used to in the United States. Same thing basically in Uruguay now, because some of the spillover is going into Uruguay. What happens in Argentina, there's always an effect in Uruguay. But the Uruguayan peso is not losing value as fast as the freaking Argentine peso is, okay? Actually, the Argentine peso is now worth less than the Uruguayan peso, which is unbelievable. Considering, Argentina is such a much more productive and populated country than Uruguay. But again, they have been through this before. They do have a president who had was logical in terms of what he had to do in terms of finances, but the people there are a lot of 80%ers. They want someone to take care of them. So just in Argentina, currency tumbled, and the cost to insure against a debt default swelled a day after opposition candidate Alberto Fernandez. Now, is he related to Cristina? Alberto Fernandez, I didn't do much research into this guy, won a primary election, stoking concerns of the populist comeback just 2 months before the presidential vote. All right. So is he related to Cristina Fernandez? Is that her son? I do not know that. Anyway, Cristina Fernandez was the last horrifying leader they had over there. She was originally married to another president. It seems to be a trend in countries. Elect the wife. Why not? She must be qualified if she was the wife. I've heard that somewhere before. Don't pound that like button for that. But pound that like button for me saying that, because I can say anything I want to here. I live in the Bitcoin overlay. All right, anyway, but the point is, Uruguay, Argentina, they are serious countries, okay? They have running water. There's a lot of you who have never been here before. You're like, well, it's South America. No, they're very European-like countries. You're walking around. They're very safe places. Everything is modern, but they are terrible with their currency, and they inflate it away. And so people smart people find ways to protect their wealth, okay? And that is Bitcoin. That is what they should be getting into. And we have been on this show and on a few other shows, people have brought up Argentina in the last 2 years, whatever. I was in Argentina and Uruguay a little over a year ago, and I was in Santiago, which is different. Chile is different, is not a financial basket case like Argentina is. They have freedom, much more financial freedom, and they don't try to meddle with things like Argentina does. But the point is, in a country that's composed of the voting population that Argentina is, you should have known for quite some time to get into Bitcoin, okay? And so a lot of people did get into Bitcoin. They were buying Bitcoin when it was supposedly at all-time highs in dollars, and they're doing fine right now in terms of protecting their wealth. Because if they would have kept it in Argentine pesos, it's fallen so much since just over the last 2 years. And again, they've had a good financial leader recently, and now they're getting scared. They're about to have a bad one. So this is the life in some of these countries. We are not familiar with this in the United States or Canada, really, about what goes on. And again, Uruguay and Argentina are safe and beautiful. You really can't tell when you're on the streets that there's financial mayhem behind the scenes. But again, if you've got a bank account, you surely can. Again, when I'm walking the streets of Buenos Aires, I don't have a bank account. So it doesn't affect me. I'm just buying stuff, and I did notice how they would very happily take my dollars, at the bus station. I've mentioned that before. But this is the point is this. This is not in serious countries where it is safe, where it is nice. They're not third world countries or anything like that. This kind of thing happens. And this is why this is a use case for Bitcoin, protecting your wealth. For all those people say, oh, hoarding is horrible. Hoarding, what's this about preservation of wealth and the people should be spending. They should be spending. No, this is, you have to say this is the pure example of that. What's going on in Argentina. All right, pound that store of value. The people, there's so many haters out there like, oh, Bitcoin, how did it become a store of value coin? Go to Argentina, you'll see how it did. It fits beautifully down there. Pound that, like it protects people against government ignorance, which will never end. And it's a different level of incompetence in every country. So Argentina it always reverts back to incompetence. Now, again, in South Africa, the incompetence is worse sometimes, but they have other checks and balances that have kept the rand better than the peso lately. Oof. But again, plenty of dudes in South Africa for other reasons know that they got to have that mentality that they have in Argentina. To get into Bitcoin, preserve your wealth. I talked a lot more about Argentina than I thought I would. Who's this? MC Klein says, whether it's, and I don't agree with this tweet, but I'm sharing it so you know what mainstream people are willing to take up the yin yang. Whether it's fees for oil tanks, safe deposit bank boxes, security guards, insurance, or wealth managers, there's nothing unnatural about being forced to pay to preserve your wealth. No, there's something very unnatural about being forced to pay to preserve your wealth. You think you're preserving your wealth in a bank, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, yeah, $60 fee here, or negative interest rates, et cetera, et cetera. No, you don't have to take that. You don't have to take that. That's what Bitcoin is for. And that's what the smart people in Argentina have realized a long time ago. No, they don't have to play with their inflationary peso. They don't have to value their wealth in an inflationary peso. And that isn't wealth. That isn't pay. I mean, their wealth isn't being preserved. So again, you don't have to pay exorbitant fees to some third party to take care of your wealth. Okay, take responsibility. Personal responsibility is new counterculture. You get into Bitcoin, there are no exorbitant fees there to guard your wealth. You are guarding your wealth on your own. You're taking, so that, again, I think maybe in the old world before Bitcoin, there was nothing unnatural about being forced to pay to preserve your wealth. But no, it's not natural anymore, baby. It's an abomination now. Pound that like button. Going biblical on you there, baby, with abomination and natural. Oh, God. Again, you can support this show by simply retweeting. I tweet out these shows. You can tweet them out. I'm at TechBalt, TechBalt. And I got addresses below if you want to send or you want to do the super chat, whatever. All right. Andreas Antonopoulos has another great video about it. Is about security. It is about Wasabi versus Samurai a little bit. If you played at 1.75 speed, it only takes 6 minutes of your time. So guys, a lot of you had questions for me about security and about, are you going to do a video on Wasabi and Samurai and security? There's your video right there. It takes 6 minutes. Stop watching my video right now. Go, it's linked to below, Andreas Antonopoulos. He talks about the security options that are out there already. Lightning Network helps with privacy, okay? There are many different options. You can combine them, intertwine them. You need to learn about them, though. You got to understand them, but there's already ways to get into privacy. And of course, you can make, if you've already registered in an exchange where you've given away your, you've scanned in your ID, well, I mean, you've already taken a step in the wrong direction, a big step in the anti-privacy direction. But if you do some of the basic privacy techniques that Andreas brings up, you're ahead of so many people. So he says there's just, he gets contacted by so many people who want the state of the art and they're super duper paranoid. And again, for those people, if you even understand this stuff, you're ahead of like 98% of the people out there. So you're already very good with privacy compared to some of your Bitcoin peers. So he focuses on education and learning privacy practices. And one thing that he points out that I think that's great is the more people practicing privacy, the bigger the privacy herd. And so the more effective it is. It's herd immunity there. He explains it better than I did just then, but it's very logical with that. You know, the more of us that do care about our privacy, the more people that are on the private side of things, and it's better for everyone. So do try to learn a little bit, do a little something. And again, he brings up Lightning Network is going to help with people's privacy. Because most do absolutely nothing. Watch his video, play it at 1.75 speed. I could understand it fine. It's like 6 minutes out of your life. And that way, I don't have to make a video for you. You don't have to ask questions. He takes, it's really good stuff. He makes great videos. So, and he's a classic. Also, Vinny Lingham is a classic. Now, some of you don't like Vinny and everything like that. But I still read him and everything. He's a smart man. I do not agree with everything he says, to say the least. But he's got wisdom out there sometimes. He says, we need to stop using the term unbanked as if banking is the solution. Let's not assume the world needs everyone to have a bank account in order to be able to function within society. What the world needs is the ability for every human to be able to transact effortlessly. And I agree with that. Pound that like button to that. You don't need a, we say it's be your own bank. Okay, that's a way to explain it, but you're not really your own bank. You are able, because a bank requires so much information, okay? A bank implies approval. You are a human that's able to transact effortlessly with Bitcoin. It doesn't require filling out any forms, being approved of. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to have an income requirement, and you don't have to present an ID to be in Bitcoin. It is effortless. Okay, right there. So I like the line of thinking he's going there with not using the term unbanked, because again, a lot of people are unbanked and they're going to stay unbanked, but they're going to become Bitcoined. And that is good. That should be what they should. What the so-called unbanked should be aiming for, to be able to effortlessly transact and effortlessly save, not have to rely on a third party that requires ID, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So good job, Vinny, pointing that out. It's financial inclusion. He talks. That's a word. I don't exactly like that term either. But again, if you are in Bitcoin, you're financially included. You are that's the key to financial inclusion, getting into Bitcoin, and anyone can get into it. Just that there's certain people out there that say, "Oh, there's so many barriers to financial inclusion in this world. Oh, woe is me. Let me scream and cry." No, get into Bitcoin. There you go. There's your answer. It's over. You got included financially. Okay, what's this? Oh yeah, I mentioned I linked to a podcast of mine, audio podcast only, linked to below. Something I noticed in the comments section here on YouTube, there's a new form of spammer out there that seems to be taking advantage of Tether, because so many people in the space have heard of Tether. They're now like spammers out there that are just like, hey, Tether airdrop or Tether this, Tether that, just like using Tether as a term to attract people to click on their links that will, I don't know where these links will take you. Of course, I erase all the spam that's left there, but it seems like some of these scammers and spammers are taking a new approach. Their word of the month to confuse and attract people, their clickbait word is Tether. What will be next from them? But I mean, they do it so much. People fall for it. I guess they're rookies out there. They're like, "Ooh, man, maybe I can get some free Tether. It's been in the news lately. These guys are giving it away. It sounds good. Well, I don't know what it is. Must be good. Heard it a lot." And they keep on repeating it. Better click on this random link on a YouTube video. Don't do it. But Yeah, it's clearly been in the news so much that the scammers just can't lay off of it. And again, Tether people are traders usually too. So if you have a mild interest in that, you're likely to be more of a gambler and a chance taker, and you're going to click on something horrible. So be careful. So today I'm wearing this shirt at synagogue. I'm wearing this shirt, and a religious guy comes up to me. And again, I'm in Tel Aviv. A religious guy, he comes up to me and he says, Bitcoin? I was like, yeah. And he says he's an Ethereum developer. He's from St. Louis originally. So I said, I went to WashU in St. Louis. And it was great. It was great. So again, I was in motion. Coincidentally, it was this shirt a couple of weeks ago that some guy on the street asked me where the Bitcoin embassy was. So again, if you got Bitcoin shirts, you wear it out in public, you're in motion. You're getting the conversation started. You're marketing Bitcoin. And so yeah, I met a guy who's an Ethereum developer. He's a good guy. Again, he's obviously interested in all sorts of cryptocurrency. And again, for those of you who are into all the conspiracies out there about why are Jewish people, why do they do so well? Well, because they're always learning. They're very interested in learning is instilled in the Jewish culture. I gotta say this guy isn't like the same guy as me, but he's got that learning ingrained in him. He's grew up Orthodox and everything like that. And I got to give the Jewish people credit. We are always learning. We didn't stumble upon success. Everyone had a chance to get into this cryptocurrency thing. Okay, everyone still has a chance to get it. But it seems like the only places on earth where I've got stopped because of the shirt I'm wearing is in Israel. And the only people that I've worn Bitcoin shirts all over America. No one's ever stopped me and said, "Oh, Bitcoin, it's only in Israel." This happens to me. And it's not a conspiracy, people. It's everyone's had a chance to learn about this stuff. And it's just some people are more proactive about it. You can be like it also. Don't be envious. Be like them. Be like the people who go out of their way to learn. I'm saying always be learning. It's not just a catchphrase. It's a lifestyle. And it is a lifestyle that pays off for people. And again, there's a lot of hate out in the world for people who have success, okay? And people try to make up conspiracies about why they're successful. They only help each other. No, they're learning, okay? They're learning, and they when you're learning, you get involved with other people who are learning. You attract other minds, and just you bounce off of each other. So it was good. It's great. It's great that this shirt really. I wish these people everywhere on earth would stop me and start talking about Bitcoin wherever I go. It would be great. It would be great. But again, everybody on earth has a chance to get into this thing. Everybody on earth, and they can go whatever way they want to. That guy went the Ethereum route. I didn't ask if he owns any Bitcoin or whatever. But all right, and what else do we have here? We talked about that. Oh, one final thing I want to conclude with here. Forecast.news. I mentioned that a few weeks ago. I said I would look into it a little bit more. I said it might be a CoinDesk competitor. Well, I've been disappointed. CoinDesk is better than Forecast.news. It's clearly like a blockchain not Bitcoin, like 2015 style site. And it does have an Asian focus, which I thought was going to be interesting. It's a lot of fluffy blockchain-y altcoin tokens stuff. Oddly enough, it's based in Hong Kong, and not one story is about the situation that's going on in Hong Kong. And maybe that sums it all up for you, that it's, they got to toe the party line, or they're not into anything controversial, and that's why they're just going for these like clickbait, like tokens, stable coins type of articles. So I have not been impressed. It has fancy sensor graphics, but hey man, don't let that stuff blind you. It's not that. But I did mention it a while ago. Or a couple of weeks ago, I thought it had potential. Haven't seen any potential from it. Got to give you the honest truth. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin. Maybe they'll change their ways. Again, it's in Hong Kong. They're in the belly of the beast right now. But it's kind of blah. The publication is quite blah. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Subscribe to the channel. Pound that like button. Bang that bell button. Click on those squares. My elite friends, I will say hello to you soon. Bye-bye.